Okay, we're at the governor's mansion, our weekly meetup, and I hope this phone doesn't freeze out on me. We'll see. So, I'm not going to stay here very long. That's for sure. There we are. Governor's mansion, we made it. So you guys had an exciting day, huh?
Yeah, so Cammy got threatened. There's video, they were going after me too. So the community people showed up there and they were swarming around me mostly, but they were going after Cammy as well. And they, for the most part, were what they were doing is they were engaging in dangerous and violence inciting behavior. And what they were doing was they were trying to get us attacked.
Yeah, well, it sounds like the camera crew that was there saved Cammy.
Well, we were watching her.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But basically, they show up at these events. It's supposed to be basically a Democrat event. This is supposed to be the Congressman Omar and Attorney General Ellison.
Right.
And also is supposed to be the teachers union, teachers type people. And all three of these groups are supposed to be safe.
Right.
The kind of people where the average person could show up to it safely and not get attacked.
Like a parent?
Like a parent, you know, or like us when wanting to run video.
Yeah.
And but these people show up and they incite violence. You know, and they're the same people that caused the attack on me. You know, they've caused a lot of violence. They're heavily responsible for much of the rioting and so forth. And they've been doing this kind of stuff for a long time, 20 plus years.
Yep.
And a lot of their people that were triggered on me today at that event were their leadership.
Really?
It wasn't super high level leadership. You know who they are. They don't realize that I know who they are. And they were right there. They were right there with Omar. They were right there with Ellison. You know, right there. So my video's got it. If I had law enforcement want to go through, I could go through it. If Omar's campaign people wanted to go through this with them, I could be happy to do that. Or if the Attorney General's office wanted to go through that, I don't think that necessarily there were any real big crimes that happened, but what happened, and I think Cammy and I both saw, was behavior that's been the kind of behavior that has caused so much trouble. And we've been covering this kind of stuff with trial coverage. Basically bad behavior that's tolerated.
Yep.
If you tolerate bad behavior at your events, your Attorney General events, and your Congressman Omar events, and your teachers union events, if you tolerate this kind of behavior at your events, just like the three officers, we were talking about that, if you allow stuff to happen, let fun of you, you're responsible for it. Now I'll tell you that the vast majority of these teachers who were there weren't like that. But I also was watching the behavior of a few of them. And it was a small element. It wasn't a trivial number of elements, but it was a small element who was doing this stuff. And if one of those major groups wanted some help on identifying how to deal with people like that and how to keep it from happening again. But if they continue to tolerate that kind of behavior at their events and some terrible thing happens, they're responsible for it. Just like these officers are responsible for it. And so when you do that, you're responsible. And this ties back to Omar's campaign. This ties back to the Attorney General's campaign. We were there just because we want to see it. Cammie's basically a parent. She's a parent, right? In that school district they're talking about.
Right.
And we also were doing interviews, and we don't censor anybody. We're running interviews that let people talk about what they want to talk about. And they were also trying to block us from video and stuff. But basically, we were there. We weren't there to smear anybody. We weren't there to. We were nice to Congressman Omar. We were nice to Attorney General Ellison. We're friendly people. You know, we have every right to show up at events. I would caution, and I would big time caution the Attorney General's office, and Congressman Omar's office, and also the office of these people that were sponsoring this event, that if they continue to tolerate the kind of behavior that we were seeing there, and then there's some kind of a catastrophe, that they are liable for it and they are responsible for it, and it ties back to them.
Right.
And they know about it. They know about it. It happened right in front of them. We're talking within 10 feet of them. Right there. Right there. They're responsible for it. So, fortunately, nothing happened.
Yep.
So today these guys got off scot-free, right? Omar got off free today, and Ellison got off free today. And I even publicly thanked Congressman Ellison for giving a recommendation to my son to the Naval Academy, because my son's a Marine. And so that was complimenting somebody, saying something nice about somebody because he did something nice. Of course, I don't like him, his politics much, and that's just because I don't agree with him, and I'm hoping that he doesn't get reelected. I don't think it's my place to be rude to him. I can be respectful. He was nice to me. You watched the video. Omar was nice to me. Ellison was nice to me. I complimented that third speaker. She was really good. That third speaker. These people who were trying to block my video blocked her video, which, I'm sure there's other video that's good, but she had a rock star speech as well. So we just showed the story. We let people talk, and then let the people decide for themselves. We don't want to censor anybody. And one of the things that we've been talking about too, we're reaching out to people that have no voice. Like the Floyd family. We're giving some voice to the Floyd family. So why would these people, the community people, be against us? We're giving some voice to people that are not listened to. And we would give voices to those officers' families as well. But the officers' families haven't reached out to us. Like, we've had some luck with the Floyd family.
Yeah. Well, I had the peaceful protest.
Yeah.
I had the communication protest against AT&T outsourcing their jobs. Was going on at my location, and I got a nice interview. Yeah. So I'm happy about that.
That's good.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were there, and yep. So that was
pretty
good.
Cold today.
Yeah, it got cold. It killed 2 of my devices.
Yeah, I got 3 devices.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm on my 3rd device, so I'm hoping we'll be okay. But I think we need to go to a restaurant or something after this. Yeah.
All right, watch out for the car. All right.
Okay, here's the car that ran me over. No, not really.
I also got kind of a snot nose today.
Yeah, really.
And my eyebrows froze up.
Oh, I saw joggers going by with their whole face frosted up.
Why don't you interview Tammy about what happened to her?
Okay, yeah, okay.
You do it already?
We just talked. I didn't run film, or run video. So
let's interview Tammy about what happened to her.
Really? Do we want to know what happened to me trying to stay up for parent, and you know, I go to school board meeting, and I got hold of this rally, so I'm like, hey, let's go, you know, because it's my district. St. Paul is my district. Well, I got threatened. Yeah, she's trying to block me, so I moved over, and anywhere I moved, she was blocking me, and the news guy yelled at her, you know, saying, hey, you blocked my view, and the girls was like, well, how about her? And the news guy's like, I'll talk to her. He never talked to me because I wasn't doing anything. But the more I moved, she doesn't block me, so I finally moved away, and I got left alone, but I was being watched. But it's pretty sad that I'm a parent for St. Paul, my district. I go to school board meetings. If I can't get to school board meetings, I watch it online. I'm so involved. And I found about this merge. This merge is to move the contract forward for what they need for the St. Paul schools and Minneapolis schools. Minneapolis-St. Paul federal educators. To move the contract forward. That's what it was for. And I got threatened.
They were more specifically threatening you than just. What exactly were they doing to you? They were saying they knew who you were. They've been told about you.
The lady told me, I know who you are. They told me. I'm like, okay, I'm a parent. This is affecting me too. I go to school board meetings. I'm just like, okay, well then, like, you know, who am I? Tell me. And she said, I can't now. And I thought she said it's embarrassing.
There's video on my video. I got some of that too. I got some video of them trolling us and them trying to spread stuff.
So
and talking. They were doing some of this, you know, walking up to people and going like this. And, they were doing this.
It's pretty sad that as a parent, I cannot be involved in this because they don't want me there. Even at the school board meeting itself. Remember when me and you went?
Yeah.
Okay, one girl triggered on us. Why? I'm a parent. This is my district. I'm St. Paul. So what you telling me? I'm not allowed to go to my St. Paul school board meeting? Really?
Well, the big problem with their behavior is engaging in a threatening and menacing behavior and trying to incite violence against individuals for showing up at an event, which is basically a teachers union or a DFL type event.
Yeah.
It's in a public place.
It's in a public place.
In a public park.
Public park.
They are all supporting St. Paul, Minneapolis federal educators to make the public schools better. And why can't I be there? I'm a parent.
We're also not against them going through collective bargaining and them wanting to get higher wages, you know, because that's common, right? And the other thing that we were running some videos on was them wanting to get the mental health help for both the students and themselves.
Yeah.
So I ran a video with one of the teachers talking about how they want more funding. It's not even for themselves. They're asking for more funding for somebody else.
It's for the kids.
You know, it's a service to them, mental health to them.
Yeah.
But it's also to their students.
So they would take away my free speech, my freedom to, you know,
assemble.
Well, they're also taking away the voice of the teachers to get another type of people, because we're more on the Republican side of things. We're more on the conservative side of things.
Yeah.
So we're speaking to our audiences more, you know, on the other side of the fence.
Yeah.
So do you want to have access to a wider network of people, you know, or do you want to have all of your media censored to just your you know, your leftist type groups? So,
yeah, it was pretty sad. My freedom of speech got taken away because she knew who I was.
Yep. So what this is a constitutional where your constitutional rights are being deprived, right?
Yeah.
Now when we're talking about we're covering the Floyd trial.
Yeah,
right?
that's a civil rights case.
It's a civil rights case. And they're basically putting these 3 officers on trial for serious jail time based on a civil rights claim.
Well, my civil rights got violated too. He made me saying, well, I'm not allowed there because I'm not on their side. What side am I supposed to be at? I'm on the side. This is my district. I'm in St. Paul. You tell me I'm not allowed here because why? Why?
Well, my legal point is that there was a civil rights issue here. Civil rights issue, and it ties to Omar and ties to Ellison, the Attorney General.
Exactly, and so are the supporters.
We'll finish off our stuff. So
I'm with her.
Yeah.
Are these supporters of Ellison Omar? They are stalking and intimidating and threatening people, citizens, participating in free speech. And so if they're
just freedom of assembly.
We weren't speaking.
What kind of people are these Ellison and Omar supporting extremists that are stalking people? Isn't that unconstitutional? And shouldn't they be put on watch for what they're doing? Violating people's constitutional rights?
Yeah.
Well, these 3 officers are in a lot of trouble for
violating
somebody's Floyd's civil rights, and then there being a big consequence as a result where Floyd died.
Yeah.
Now what happens if Omar's office and Ellison's office and the teachers union's office tolerates this kind of behavior on a regular basis and doesn't take action and put a stop to it, and then there winds up being a consequence, a serious consequence as a result. And they fail to act. They fail to take an appropriate action. Wouldn't that be a very similar kind of a deal where the Attorney General's office and the Congressman's office and the teachers union's office and these various groups' offices were responsible for the behavior of what happened? So I think that they would be wise to pay attention to these radicals who show up at these events and behave like this on a regular basis. And they do so very, very obviously in the video. Because I got it in my video, and your video too, I'm sure. So, and a lot of the other media caught it too. There was the other media were butthurt about it big time. They were really upset about it because they were standing up, for me and for you, saying you're blocking my shot too. Yeah. So there's a lot of the media that got this stuff. Yeah. Not just the 2 of us. Yeah. Basically,
media guy.
We're talking Channel 9. We're talking WCCO.
The media guy told her, "Hey, you blocked my shot. What happened to her? I'll talk to her." Never talked to me. She was, you was upset.
These behaviors.
Because you didn't deliberately do it. You were forced into it by her. Yeah. She was forcing you to move.
And that's why he's like, "Hey, you blocked my shot." So she was mad because she got yelled at and I did it. It's like, well.
But this kind of behavior, though, can escalate to the point where somebody can get strangled, or they can get assaulted, or even killed. Right?
Well, if you get knocked down to the ground and the ground's frozen like it is today, you're going to have a concussion for sure, if not worse, not a brain bleed.
When you as a group tolerate and don't fight. And actually don't take corrective action against this kind of behavior, you're responsible for it. You're responsible for it. Just like, for example, like I was talking with Diana before about, if you're an employer and you got an employee who's doing stuff like stealing or whatever, and you are told about it, you know about it, and then you don't do anything about it, because let's just sit back and watch for a while. You're responsible for what that person does after you found out about it. You can't get insurance for that, because you failed to take an appropriate response. So these guys should know better, and they do know better, and And the thing is they can just say that they weren't aware of it, and we're going to take corrective action, and this kind of behavior is not going to be tolerated, and it's not going to happen again. That's what the appropriate response from the Attorney General's office should be. That's the appropriate response from Congressman Omar's office, and that's also the appropriate response from this teachers union. Is that this kind of behavior will not be tolerated at our events. We are sorry that happened. It won't happen again.
Yeah.
And you know what? You guys are welcome to show up at our stuff. That's how an adult deals with this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Okay. Well,
Alrighty.
I think I'm going to go off here.
Okay.